He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnava Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma kasyid dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aham Brahmasmi. Good morning, everyone, and good evening to the people from the other side. For some people, it is good afternoon also by this time. So from wherever you are, जहाँ कहीं से भी आप जुड़े हैं हमारे साथ साथ. So here we are, and we hopefully will complete the rest of the 7 points. Last time हम सिर्फ 2 ही cover कर पाए थे. So here we are. So are we all ready? Good. So the 9 obstacles of spirituality, जिसे हम अंतर्यास कहते हैं. जैसे हमने last time, like the last time we also spoke about that the Yoga Sutra Patanjali says that Vyadhi Sthana Samsaya Pramada Alasya Avirati Bhranti Darshana Alabdha Bhumikatva Anvastitat Vani Chitta Vikshepate Antarya. And in this, we know that the 9 things that were spoken by Patanjali were Vyadhi, Sthana, Samsaya, Pramada, Alasya, Avirati, Bhranti Darshana, Alabdha Bhumikatva, Anavastiti Tattvani. So, all these things that were discussed and talked about it, and we only took 2 of that, that is Vyadhi and Sthana. Vyadhi related to body, Sthana, that was mental exhaustion. Now, last time when I asked, like, if anybody had any questions, अगर किसी को कोई संशय रह गया हो regarding the 2 points that were there, and you can ask that during the Q&A session, but none of the questions were related to that somehow. So I believe like you people got it. And as we all remember, Sashiji, in our childhood, our teacher, one of my master, like school teachers always used to say, okay, now raise your hands if you didn't understood. Nobody raised his hands. And he said, wow, there can be two things. You understood everything. You didn't understood anything. Now, if you are in this state, अगर आप इस स्थिति में हो, if you don't even know, did I understood, did I didn't, समझ में आया नहीं आया पता भी नहीं चल रहा है, then you are in the right place on the third point. संशय. संशय क्या होता है? Where you are not even able to know whether it is there or not. मतलब doubt. अच्छा, ये बड़ा भयंकर बीमारी है. This doubt is like something you can overcome mountains, but doubt is something that can pull you down again. Right? So we will be talking about this point, that is the third point, that is samshaya. Like, how can samshaya be a roadblock in our path of spirituality, studies, business, life, even moksha? As we said, like everything will be covered in the same thing. Now, when you have in science, like even in scientific researches, they say like medications only work when you don't doubt the medicine. And that's why even sugar pills have created miracles. But if you have a doubt, then you are gone. Now let us start with you. How many of you doubt your own self? I'm not asking about anybody else. You doubt your own self. अच्छा, सुनील जी हाथ ही जोड़ दिए, बोले हम तो हैं उसी कैटेगरी में. चलो, और कोई? संशय. ओके, सुषमा जी, सौजन्य जी. ओके, पता नहीं विद्या जी हाथ उठा रहे हैं कि पूजा कर रहे हैं. सो वट एवर इट इज. सो कहीं ना कहीं, like whether you are a student, in all our throughout our life, some or other time we have come to a space where we have gotten into a state where we feel doubtful. That might be on our own selves, that might be on the situation, that might be on somebody else, that might be even on a person that is teaching you, a guru, even a process. See, samshaya is something that comes to each and every one of us, even to your own experiences. Just like, did I really see that, or it is just a illusion that I'm going through? Was he really here, or was it a hallucination? Did it really happen, or I was dreaming? So samshaya is something that is part of it. Let us not run away from that. We have to understand, means it is a part of it. ये इसका एक साथ ही साथ चलेगा वो. देखो, जब when you don't have a doubt, then how will you come to a realization? Now, the basis of the search that you all started, the very basis of it, let it be studies, let it be business, let it be whatever it is, you somehow started with a doubt. Why? Like how people are so fluently able to write things, so that means I should read and write, then only I can become that. Now, how all these sages that they speak of nirvana, moksha, what is that? You didn't accept it at the first go. That's why you doubted. कि सच में हो सकता है क्या? And then what you did not stop there. You started walking on that path. आप उस राह पे चलने लगे. And then you will completely come into an experience where all the doubts will be taken care of. That will be diminishing, that will be vanishing. लेकिन अगर डाउट नहीं आया होता तो यहां तक भी नहीं पहुंच पाते. अगर डाउट नहीं आया होता तो ये सेशन भी नहीं होता. Make sense? There would not have been any sessions on this itself. And now, when you think like you have been doubting, You are the very serious person or silliest person that you call yourself to be. And you thought like only, oh, I might be the one who is having all these issues. Then see, Patanjali has written. That means people of that age also had the same problem that you people have. If not, why these things were discussed, why these pointers were made, right? So again, इतना तो सांत्वना मिल जाना चाहिए. दिस मस्ट बी लाइक, वो कहते हैं ना कि बेटर लक नेक्स्ट टाइम वाला जो टिकट निकलता है. एटलीस्ट यू शुड बी हैप्पी दैट ओ आई एम नॉट द ओनली वन इन द वर्ल्ड दैट हैज दिस काइंड ऑफ डाउट विद इन मी. That means if there is a doubt, there must be a way out of it as well. We will be discussing on all that. You all might have heard a beautiful story where might be a very typical in a different way, I'll tell you, but you all know that story actually. So there was a novice, means a amateur, a ladka, a student. Okay, so he was doing some research work. And he used to go to the beautiful places and palaces and would write something about them. Just like writing a review kind of stuff and showcasing them or telling people like, just a log, you also go to visit different countries and places and you come from there and you tell people like, oh, this was so beautiful out there. That is something to be looked for. So he went to one of the richest person's house. Ek din chala jata hai. And he said like, I'm this and this, and I just want to see your palace kind of thing that you have built because many people speak greatly about it. So he said, he welcomed him. He said, yeah, of course, why not? So he was invited to his house and he said, okay, now you can roam around. There is no problem. You have been given the access card, so you can roam around anywhere you want. Go check and come back. Now this kid goes and starts looking out everything and just returns back. Then the rich man asked, what did you saw? He saw, I was like, the house is beautiful, but the people in it are not good. He said, what do you mean? No, wherever I was going, people were gossiping, people were shouting, people were irritated, people were discussing about something else. Means a chaotic situation in the entire house. The house is so beautiful, but there is so much of chaos in the house. Then said, the rich man said, that's what you should see, right? You said to show the house the way it is. He said, yes, but what should I write about it? And that rich person was not just rich, but he was rich with his knowledge as well. Then now you know the story, what happens next. He said, okay, do one thing. I'm going to give you a silver spoon. And when I'm going to give you a silver spoon, I will fill it up with oil. Now all that you have to do is go through the same way where all you have traveled. But make sure the oil does not spill over. वो चम्मच में जितना तेल है उसको वैसे ही हाथ में पकड़ के लेके जाओ. You have to hold it in your hand and walk. And again come around the same path that you have gone through. He said, why should I do that? He said, now go. Let's see. If you have come to me, you have seen the house, you have seen the people. Let me give you the lesson as well. Now this time the kid is focusing on the spoon and walking through and finally managed to return back as is, this with the oil filled within the spoon. Because the rich person said, if you manage to not spill a single drop of oil anywhere and return back to me, I'm going to give you a huge amount of wealth. Now this same person walked across, never spilled a single drop of oil and returned back to, and he was happy. You see, I have not spilled a single drop of it. Now where is my prize? The rich person said, I will give you the prize anyways. Need not worry. You have done a great job. Now tell me, what did you saw on your path? How was the house? How were the people? And I was thinking, all that I could see was this. I didn't even heard what people were speaking. I didn't even saw what beauty or ugliness was there in the house. All that I was focusing on this and the end result of it. That if I can only keep a balance of this oil in the spoon, I'll be rewarded. Now, whose story is this actually? Exactly. You are smiling. The people, those who are smiling, they have already got the story, I believe. It's no one else, it's your story. The rich man is no one else but the creator. The beautiful house that you see is no one else but this world. And the chaos that you see in the house is nobody but the people in this world. Now, what are you focusing? The world is beautiful, yes. And what you all are seeing is the chaos that is being created. You say the world is beautiful, but the people in this are ugly. The people in this are so bad. The people in this are gossiping. The people are shouting. The people are crazy. The people are fighting. They are pointing fingers at me. They are doing this to me, that to me. My dear friend, while listening to all those, you lose out on the beauty. Then what do we do on Sundays and Wednesdays? I give you another spoonful of oil. Okay, walk through carefully. And if you'll realize, like many times when we go to the retreat, like let's say 2-3 days or 4 days of retreat that you have gone for, did you remember all this chaos of your life? Kabhi yaad aaye? When all these people were there to my hometown also, the same thing. आभा जी मुझे वही बोल रहे थे कि अरे ये 4 दिन हमको याद भी नहीं था कि क्या हो रहा था. Now when we are going to start back, अरे बच्चे क्या कर रहे होंगे, वहां पे जाके ये करना. Now all these things again came back to play. But when you are completely immersed in where you are, this chaos, these things will never be touching us. And just think of the reward that we are speaking of. What if I say the reward is the ultimate realization, the ultimate achievement of nirvana? What if the God says that that spoon that I've given in your hand, that's your life? And that's what you have to carefully carry along. And if you walk along through that without being affected with the chaos or the beauty, you come across back to me and I will take you back home. Now, how beautiful would that be? Now, let's say somebody says, like, if you are happy today, completely throughout the day, I'm going to give you $1 million. All day you have to do is, you have to be happy. How many of you will do that? They will do like in front of you, they will keep a big baksa, transparent one, paise rakhe. But देखो, if even for a moment you become sad, the money is gone. Then many people will say, we'll do a plastic surgery, we'll keep it like this so that I always look like smiling. Now just think of a amount of money which looks so big or so less is so insignificant in your life. Because down the line, even if you have $1 billion in front of you and you are on your deathbed, what is more important? Will you say, oh, no. I'll die, I'll take it with long. They will nahi le ja sakte. This currency belongs here only. You cannot take it. But what's your currency that you have accumulated over your life? That's more important. What's the currency that we are all earning in this life? That's more important. So when we are all going through this life, see, that student might have doubt. Can I do it? What if I spill it? What if I am not able to hold it on? That's where you don't have to worry. See, the person who has given you the test, he just wants you to be focused. That's it. Nothing else. Now, what is that spoon and what is that oil that we want you to focus on? is very simple. Focus on your own divine self. Carry it. See, there will people still be talking, people will be chaotic, the world will be as is. But what about you? Why are you losing your goodness for somebody else's bad qualities? Let's say you have gold with you and other people are selling dust. Would you throw away your gold and say, okay, let me go into the dust as well? No, you should be intelligent enough to choose. And what are we choosing in our life? What is more important? Nobody is going to go along with you. No one. So now coming back to the samshaya. So now you know like how you should be carrying yourself, right? Your life. Now samshaya can be of many things. Even the samshaya can be of what I am speaking right now. The samshaya can be on me. The samshaya can be on any one of us sitting here. The samshaya can be, is this process really working? So when this seed of doubt appears, it shakes up all the things. So we should be, as a person who is walking on this path of spirituality or in the path of any part of our lives, if a student just doubts the teacher who is teaching him, can he really read and write? Let alone spirituality. एक बच्चे को अपने मैथ्स टीचर के ऊपर ही भरोसा नहीं है. He does not believe in the maths teacher. He does not believe in the concept of math itself. Can he pass in the exam? You have a great business, but you would have a doubt on your own product. Can you sell your product? Then if you cannot sell your product, can you be successful in your business? No. So that means the first and foremost thing is you should be confident on what you are doing. Reach up to that space, do whatever it takes, but once you reach to that acceptance, don't change about it anymore. और कुछ नहीं बदलना है उसमें. Now we will dive a little deep in that. Doubt can arise when one has a questions on their own abilities, the teachings, or the path that is being taught itself, or the one who is teaching it. And we all know that doubt is a major obstacle, major obstacle, as it reinforces too much of thinking into that. The main reason for doubt is uncertainty and fear of doing or believing the wrong thing. Aksar, many people never walk on the path of spirituality, and many people want you to stop the path of spirituality. Why? Because they doubt, because they are fearful. They don't walk because they are doubtful, and they stop you because they are fearful. Did you get that? They don't walk on the path of spirituality because they doubt that whether this is right path or not. But they will stop you because they are fearful. Why? They think, what if you are right and I don't go there? So they are fearful. What if you get that and I don't get it? They are fearful. So what will they do? They'll stop you. Now, it is often a fear of not being on the right path and not fulfilling one's dharma. This cause is then a lack of discernment, viveka. I'll talk about this. So, जब संशय आता है, all that you had to remember is, what is the dharma that I am here to do? Dharma matlab religion nahi hai. What is your dharma in this life? If you understand that path, if you accept it, then you will see a lot of things will be clarified for you. For example, many of you, despite walking on this path, there might have been situations where you doubted, but you are still here. Why? Somehow, along with the seed of doubt, you also had a confidence that, okay, this might be right as well. So you did some experimentation with that, I believe. And then when the experimentation showed you that the doubt is of no need, but this path has given me the right things in my life, then what do? You stick to that. Now coming back to your dharma. Very specifically, very simply to understand what my dharma is. Can you tell me what is the dharma of a bird? A cuckoo. कोयल का क्या धर्म है बताओ? No, it has a beautiful voice, it sings. What is the dharma of a flower? Nothing. It just is beautiful and it showcases itself. What is the dharma of the sun? Giving light is the source of it. So can you see, dharma is not just one particular thing. Dharma is what you are good at, do that. I might be on my path of dharma when I'm speaking to you, because when things came to me in this way, I said, let me spread, not to keep it. If you are not spreading what you are gifted with, then you are not doing your dharma. Are you understanding that? Keeping it a very simple way. Dharma has a long, big description of it. But in a very simple way, what you are bestowed with, are you spreading that or not? What you have been given, are you passing it on or not? Whatever you have been blessed with, are you blessing this world with that or not? Is what I believe is in my dharma. Because ultimately, if I love singing and I start singing, how do you feel? Let's say somebody wants to draw, somebody wants to paint, somebody wants to dance, somebody wants to sing, somebody wants to write something, somebody wants to cook, somebody just wants to do the puja of God, somebody wants to do a seva. Now, when you do that thing, how do you feel? Do you have any kind of doubt in that space? Doubt ये हो सकता है कि whether the world will like it or not. Are you getting that? But when I'm drawing something, am I drawing it for the world? When the flower is blooming, is it blooming for the world? When the cuckoo is making the sound, is it making for the world? Or it is just the way it is expressing itself? So the secret here is to express yourself the way you can. Now let's say situations might not be conducive to do all that. Right? ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि शायद मुझे गाना है लेकिन मुझे लोग गाने नहीं दे सकते. Then you should see Sarojini ji. She records the voices, she sings the songs, records it, and puts onto the play, and she listens to itself. Then among them, what she likes that it can be spread, she posts into the groups or to me. That's how she does it. Now, how many of you dance? Right? Now, some people say, I dance, but I only dance within. Yeah, that's why God has created two worlds for you. What you ever not even expressing outside, can't you express it within yourself? Who said you cannot be happy within yourself? Who said you cannot sing a song within yourself? Who said you cannot paint something within yourself? You see, the God has created such a beautiful space for you. It has created three worlds, they say, right? One that you see, the other that is within, and the third, even in your dream that I say. Whatever you are not able to do in your day, the God has created a dream. Do it. Enjoy your place. Can become a superstar, a rock star in your dream. Who says no to that? See, it has given you all the powers. It says all that I want you to do is just live a balanced life this time. Come back home. And then you see you will be rewarded. And it is not a conditional one also. He says, even if you spill a little bit, don't worry. I'm rich enough to take care of that. But the thing is, are we walking? Are we expressing ourselves? Are we doing what we are yet to do here? So the day you find that, no, then you will see when you start expressing yourself, you will come to a space where you develop faith and confidence on your own self. Let's say some of you, or like all of you, must be cooking really good. And when somebody tastes the food and says, wow, wonderful, you might be feel happy about that. And somebody says, oh, paratha jala diya tu. You might feel bad about that. But here the case is, you can rectify what has been done, but you should not be sad within yourself. पराठा बाहर जल गया, ठीक है, तुम अंदर से मत जलना. मेरा कहने का मतलब यही, राइट? नमक बाहर ज्यादा हो गया, ठीक है, अंदर क्या नमक ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. The salt should not be more within you. You should not be feeling so bad within yourself. And that's why I say God has given you the worlds. One where others are there, the other where you only reside. Even if you don't have a control outside, you have all the controls within you. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your path. Don't stop. Because if you stop, then that doubt will overtake. It's like there is a race going on between you and the doubt. And you always have the upper hand. And if you just slow down, what will happen? Doubt will overtake. Similarly, what I say is, first and foremost thing is, find your dharma. It might be as simple as sitting happily, quietly, close by. It can be as simple as talking to the plants. It can be as simple as gardening. It can be as simple as just reading storybooks and telling it to kids. See, everything can be a dharma. And the day you accept your dharma, you will be unbeatable. One classic example would be, have you seen the creations that Haribhai does? The kind of, we see so many people are there into this digital marketing and all this stuff. But the kind of designs, the kind of color combination, the intricacy he creates, why is he able to do that? It's very simple. He has found his dharma of expressing himself through that. And once you find that, you can be into any job. But if you put that beauty into that space, I think like that makes all the difference to that. Many people say, how can you speak so well? Just recently, 2 days ago, I was attending one more session, like that was an international session, and I was there as just a guest for a few minutes, and I spoke. And they were like, can we hug you tightly? I said, yeah, why not? Because all of those were foreigners in that group. When you are speaking, it just feels like as if there is a dance going on. There is a rhythm. There is something like you are not speaking, you are singing. I said, that's it, because that's my dharma. I have accepted it. Just like when the leaf falls from the tree, it does not fall like that. It will say, no, let me dance along with it. That's its dharma. When it is falling from the root from where it has been attached to for such a long time. It is falling, it still dances slowly into the air and slowly comes back. Why? Because it knows I am going back to the source from where I came from. Similarly, when my life is passing by, I'm still dancing in this. Why? Because I know I'm going back to my source. Even I get detached from this world from which I have been attached for so long, yet I will dance. Why? Because I'm going to my source. Now, can anybody deny that? If that is something that you cannot deny, then you know that whatever has happened, the creation, the creator is so benevolent. That if I ask for forgiveness and all that I say is, whatever has to be gone, let it happen this time, I'm not coming back. Itna karte bas. And that would be enough to travel on this path. Similarly, when a child is struggling with a study, you know why it is struggling? It's because it has lost the base concept of study. Somewhere, somehow, it has lost the concept, and that's why it has started building up, and the fear comes, then anger comes, then irritation comes, then rebelliousness comes, then it throws away the studies. Yes or no? Concept was so small. The concept was not clear. Because it was not clear, it could not do. That created anger, that created frustration. Then it came into such a space where it threw away the studies. But do you know what could have been done? If you take it back and just give it a small little session on, okay, this is the concept that you actually missed. Then you see he will excel. I am giving a live example. There is one person in the office and his daughter, till ninth, she was struggling with mathematics. Till ninth class. And finally, he was so worried, like, even in the, she entered into 10th class also. In the first 2 months also, she was not able to cope up. Now, suddenly, this person hired a maths teacher. And the math teacher only taught her for 2 months. And in that, the teacher cleared the concept that she has been struggling since 5th class. That one thing was fixed, and she scored the highest in the school in mathematics, who was struggling to even get the pass marks. Similarly, in all our lives, there is a concept that we have not gotten it right. There is a thing that we might have missed. That is where we have built our life on. Now, let me ask this to all of us. Let's say you have built a 20 feet wall and you have kept a slab. The roof is done. Now, I ask you to build another house, just leaving half an inch of space. How many of you will build it? Throughout your life, you will be sitting and drawing concepts, but you will never succeed in that. Why? Because it looks so absurd. How can I create something that is floating just half an inch above it? No, then you will ask, can I put pillars only? No, no pillars. This is the concept. Like, if you don't get it right, and that is what it is. It is not big problems in your life, just that small little things that you have not got it right. That has created all these questions within you also. The doubts, the queries, everything has popped up from that space. Now you can just go back, revise your life. You see, if you are not happy about certain things in your life, I don't say like you can just go like just on the camera, like on the recorded button, you can just play the, there was one this, can I tell a joke actually? Okay. I can say anything anyways. So that person was sitting and just rewind, like playing a video in the rewind way. It was the video of his marriage. He is rewinding it, watching it again and again. Again, wife comes and says, "Wow, you are so happy. Like I think like you like your marriage so much that you are rewinding it again and again." And he says, "This is the only thing I can do. This is the only thing I can do. I cannot do anything else. So I just looking, oh, if time could come back, like in that way, in the reverse fashion." So many of us are sitting in that space, right? But my dear friend, I understand there is no control outside. But what about the space that is within? How do you keep that? Don't have that doubt on your own self, right? There have been many situations where the students became much better than the teacher itself. Hua hai, nahi hua hai? Has it happened or not? Let's say Ramanujan. the greatest mathematician that we know. He must have been taught by someone. कोई ना कोई उनको mathematics पढ़ाया होगा. But do we remember the teacher? No. We don't remember the teacher. But because of the student, the teacher will be known. That means you all have the potential and the capacity to even become much, much better than what is being taught. So doubt किस बात का है? Because if you have doubt on yourself, you will never even walk that path. But what it is said, take the step with faith and the stair will appear. That's what comes into the commandments. In the commandment that is given, like if you just close your eyes and you take the step and the stair will appear, because that's your faith. तो संशय ना प्रोसेस के ऊपर करना है, ना सिखाने वाले के ऊपर करना है, ना व्हाटएवर जो आप कर रहे हो उसके ऊपर करना है, विश्वास के साथ चलना है. The faith and belief is that will remove the mountains that it is said. It is never said that your doubt will move the mountain. Doubt से तो खुद ही नहीं उठोगे. Haven't we seen? Let's say there was in our childhood, I have seen like there were huge mountains around. Now I go, there is a long, beautiful black pitch road. Now, when people were sitting there and they were thinking, itna bada mountain, who will go there? How can we go? They don't even travel. But there was someone who took the step. There was someone. Okay, so doubt of self, like I am not good enough. How can I get it? Then sit down. Okay, so let me address this because that would be a question of many students also, many of us, means all of us most probably. Sumaji has posted a question, what if I believe I am not good enough? Okay, that is what you believe. Now, the best thing about belief is it can be changed. It can be modified. It can be rectified. Might be as a child, might be as a person who we were. We have gone into certain concepts and accepted them as us. Right? Since childhood, somebody told me, oh, you are not good. You are not good. You are not good. You are not good. And I started believing them. Just like they say, you are very good. You are very good. You started believing them. But just tell me, if there was no one to be compared with, if there was no one, those who can tell you are good or bad, tell me what you would have become. अगर आपको किसी के साथ कंपेयर नहीं किया जा सकता, there is no one to be compared, and nobody is there to tell you you are good, bad, ugly, beautiful or whatever. Tell me. In a funnier way, Navneet ji, much funnier way, there was one person and two of his friends were sitting and they were saying, they were talking about like, look at that lady is so beautiful. Look at my wife. The discussion was going on and on. The lady heard it. She came and she said, can I see the picture of your wife? Okay. But why? No, I just want to see that. She just took the picture and she said, do you know if all the women in this world die one fine day and you only have this wife left? All the females in this world vanish except this lady that you call your wife. Will she be still ugly? Will she be still somebody you don't care about? And that's what I say. What are you exactly? Not what people say. Not even what the mirror shows. Because we all know it changes. I was some time ago, I was looking like something. Now I'm looking something. That means it is ever changing. Now tell me, why have you catch hold of few things that people have told you again and again, and that has become a reality of your life? And again, as I say, it's not about what people speak. What about you? What do you speak about yourself? How do you see yourself? लोग कहते हैं अगर आप अच्छे नहीं दिखते तो मिरर, आप अपने आप को बदलना चाहिए. मैं बोला मैं अपने को भी बदल दूंगा, मिरर को भी बदल दूंगा मैं. But here the question is, what makes you feel like that you are not good enough? In what sense? क्या लगता है आपको? Now sit down and write down what is not good about you. Okay? What is not good about you? Might be you might write a new another book. I know, because writing good things about you is just few lines. And then you smile, what can I write about myself? No, you have taken yourself too granted. At least you have taken a human birth. At least the God has thought of you that you are capable enough to become a human. Now we are doubting, Sanshaya, I am not good enough. When the creator has created me with his hands and he wants me to look like this or feel like these are the qualities that has to become along with me, am I more intelligent than the creator? Then I am not only doubting the people of the world, I am doubting the creator itself. तो इसका मतलब बुद्धि आपका ज्यादा होगा. Next time what we will do, we will make you Bruce Almighty. You create the world, you take care of it. Then you will see how mad you will go. Now coming back to again to you, how to come over that, overcome that. If you write down all the things that you don't like about yourself and trace back, why do you feel so? Is it really that you are like this, or it is because of the idea that has been put on you by someone else? I only know one thing. It's not my appearance. All that lies is within me. Now let me tell you a beautiful example. उषा जी, मंदिर में, मतलब अगर तिरुपति के मंदिर के अंदर जो दिया जल रहा है, we know all know that there is a दिया जो जल रहा है, the fire that is there and the fire that you light up in your house, are they two different things? जो आग वहां जल रहा है और जो आग अपने आप घर में जला रहे हो, क्या वो दो अलग चीजें हैं? Are they two different fires? It might appear that that fire is there, this fire is here, they appear different. लेकिन अगर मैं वो दो ज्योतियों को एक साथ मिला दूं, if I bring both the fires into the, will they fight with each other saying that, oh, I am from the temple, you are from the worldly thing? Will they ever fight or they will become one? एक ही हो जाएंगे ना. तो मैं भी आपको वही बताना चाहता हूं, जो मंदिर का जो देवता है और आपके घर में जो देवता है, उसमें डिस्क्रिमिनेशन क्यों? Why I say so? I say so is when you are looking out at the world and you say people are good, people have these qualities, people look this way, people can do all these things, and I am not able to do that, then you are comparing yourself with the wrong people. You have to just do one simple thing. It's not about the looks, it's not about the what I do, it's not about what are the qualities I have or not, because these are the major things that we fight for, all of us. I will tell you one thing. जैसे उस मंदिर के दिए में और आपके घर के दिए में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, all that you need to do is light up that diya at your home. The same fire will burn in your house. I'll also say the same thing. Are you here just to impress the world? Nahi na? So why are you here? You are here to express the divine, not impress the world. आप उस रचयिता का एक्सप्रेशन हो, आप यहां पे किसी को इंप्रेस करने नहीं आए हो. द गॉड हैज फाउंड इट्स एक्सप्रेशन इन यू थ्रू दिस स्पेस. You have become a ground on which the divine dances. The divine is expressing. देखो, उसने चुना कि मैं आज ये बन के जाऊंगा और मैं इसी तरीके से रहूंगा. Now, just instead of just thinking all the qualities that I have or not, I will just accept this conditioning. Just I have accepted what people have told me. That from this day on, I decide that this, whatever way I am, is the expression of the divine. मैं कुछ और नहीं, मैं बस उस दिव्यता का एक स्वरूप हूं. And this is how the divine has expressed itself. Can you tell me one flower is beautiful and the other flower is ugly? Can you tell the rose is more beautiful or the lotus? Can you say the cactus is really pricky, so it is not a good one? No, it is just the expression of the divine in multiple ways. Who are you? Because we have not accepted ourselves as the expression of the divine, we try to impress others in this world. That's why we are sad. We are saying that I am not good for anything. इससे बड़ी गाली आप भगवान को नहीं दे सकते. I can tell you this. You cannot say a much bigger bad word to the creator when you discard yourself listening to the words of other people. The day you completely accept yourself, wow, this is me, the expression of the divine. आप मंदिर जाते हो, मंदिर में आपने हनुमान की मूर्ति देखी होगी, आपने गणेश की मूर्ति देखी होगी, आपने बाराही देवी की मूर्ति देखी होगी. So many things. Have you ever seen them complaining? गणेश बोलते हुए, अरे मेरे सर के ऊपर ऐसा क्यों हाथी का लगा दिया? हनुमान कभी ये कंप्लेन करते हुए सुना क्यों मेरा चेहरा बंदर जैसा है? No, they have accepted that this is the expression of the divine and let the divine express. जरूरत पड़ी तो उसने उसका गला काट दिया और एक दूसरा गला सर लगा दिया. What does that mean? अगर उसको जरूरत पड़ी ना, वो आपको भी काट देगा, नया बना देगा. Why are you worried? And then don't tell like why I have an elephant head on me. No, then you become the agra. You become the first to be worshipped. That means instead of just looking what people speak of me, look deep down within yourself and listen to the voice of the divine and ask him, am I really bad? Right now, कोई तिथि का बात नहीं करो, अभी देखो. You ask this question to yourself right now. And if you don't get the answer, ask me, I will answer again. Just for a moment, close your eyes. Let us deal with it. Close your eyes and ask to your own self. Not what people see. Keep the voices of the people out and ask to what you are. जो भी आप स्वयं हो, उसको एक बार पूछो कि आप सच में बुरे हो. Are you really bad? Are you really someone who brings pain to everyone? Are you really someone who creates chaos? Are you someone really who actually is a bad thing on this planet? You are not good enough. And ask the same question to yourself. And you know what will happen? You'll start crying. Because for the first time, you will listen to the voice of the divine instead of the voices of the world. And why don't you practice it every day then? At least through this way, you will connect to the divine, your inner self. And your inner self always speaks that you are beautiful. Your inner self always says that whatever, you see, there is always an assurance within yourself. It speaks. देख बेटा, अगर कुछ गलती भी हो गई ना तेरे से, don't worry, मैं हूं. I'm there. Who gives you that assurance? Can't you see that divine is always sitting within you, speaking to yourself, like taking care of you? And we are busy in the world. Now, how many of you found that you are bad? Raise your hands. How many of you found you are ugly? Raise your hand. How many of you thought like you are bad and you are really a curse in this world? Raise your hand. You won't find that. You only compare with. एक हीरे को लेके मैं एक पत्थर के साथ कंपेयर करूं, क्या बात है वो? If I take the Kohinoor and I take a sand dune, I say, let's compare. A sand dune might be a valley, a mountain of sand dunes, but a diamond is much, much, much worth than that. And why to even compare with it? And whom are we comparing it? किसके साथ? अगर उसको कंपैरिजन करना होता ना तो वो भेजता था एक लिस्ट आपके साथ, यू दीज आर द थिंग्स यू शुड कंपेयर विद द वर्ल्ड एंड योरसेल्फ. नो, उसने नहीं दिया. ही सेड I want to come into this world and experience all these things as you. And here he is. Now tell me if you deny yourself. And it is so simple and easy to really go into that. Yeah, I understand. Like since childhood, we are all entangled with so many things. So many people told me your height is less, you are this, that. मैंने कहा कि I will go to another country where people height is only 4 feet. I will be the tallest. And वैसे भी if you are measuring your height, ये मेरे साथ हुआ है ना. What is when I go, people always say, अरे इतना सही है क्या तू? ऐसे हैंड पंप हमेशा 2 फीट ही ऊपर रहता है, 400 फीट नीचे रहता है, और हम वो हैंड पंप है. We'll only show like 2.5 feet above the ground. Rest 300 feet is inside, below the ground. And if I come out, you will be so meager you cannot see me. You can, so that you can see me, I'm just appearing just like this. And the next thing, you are measuring your height from the ground to your head. Let's measure it in the other way. Let's take the scale and measure it from my head to the sky. Let's see whose scale is taller. Obviously me. When you are grounded, I am connected with the divine. Now tell me whose height is more. You can tell me how ugly I am, and I will show you how beautiful I am within. A rose never is called as a thorn plant. You remember that story? Because of its blooming. What is blooming within you? What are you doubtful of? क्या डाउट है आपको? लोगों ने मुझे कहा तू गधा है, तो क्या मैं गधा बन जाऊंगा? Can I, from tomorrow they say, oh, you are a donkey. Okay, so from tomorrow on I will walk on 4, make my hands as my legs also, and start walking with 4 legs, and only say dechu. Then what kind of person I am? I am proving what they are saying. No, I chose not to be a donkey on this planet. I chose to be a god. What are you choosing? I said, if you have accepted me to express yourself in this way, I will express you in the most magnificent way possible. The most magnificent way. Because I know nothing less. I want to give you the best of the experiences. I want you to feel the best in this world. I want to give you everything that you want, because you have expressed yourself through me, and I will ensure, because you have given me that much power, I will ensure whatever is there in my power, I will give you the best of the experience. And I will never walk on this planet as a human being. I will always walk on this planet as a god. That's my choice. What are you choosing? People have told many things to me also, but did I listen to that? And if I would have listened to all those things, I should not be speaking here, sitting with you, because I will again think, what will these people think if I talk like this? What if they say I'm not good enough? What if they say your teachings are not quite up to the mark? Did I see all that? Oh, I don't care. ये तो कोई मूवी का डायलॉग हो गया शायद. But here again, what I am restating that, who are you truly? लोगों की बातें छोड़ दो. लोग कभी अच्छा बोले आपके बारे में, बताओ? If they say 2 things good about you, 3 things will be lined up to say bad about you. और आप उनको इंप्रेस करने बैठे हो यहाँ पे, नहीं ना? So what I said, remember that statement. We are not here to impress others. We are here to express the God. We are here to express the divine because it has chosen to appear here in my form as Aditi, Deepika, Vinaylata, Lakshmi, Rajni, Sai, Rajan, Saujanya, Sunil, Sudha, Vani, Abha, Suma, Usha, Vidya Sundari, Sandhya, Navneet, Praniti, Santoshi. I see so many gods in front of me. What should I tell? All I see is not human sitting. I just see the expression of the divine in such beautiful ways. Might be sometimes the God is the worry God. Sometimes the God is the chaotic God. Sometimes they say, oh, I'm so scared God. And sometimes say, oh my God, what should I do? I see like all the drama that you do, and yet I see the God in you. Now, what do you think? You listening to the people and living happily, or I seeing God in you and living happily? What is a better state? What do you choose? You remember Arjuna and Krishna were walking through, and one fine day there was a dead dog. It has been died for so long, and on the street it has been filled with maggots. And Arjuna says, oh, Krishna, you always find something good. What is good about this dog? Krishna says, look at its teeth. It's still shining. What is shining within you? You might have lost your luster, your beauty of the skin. But what is shining within you is the question. You might not be good at math. You might not be good at calculations. You might not be very good at all the things that you do. But what is shining within you is my question. What truly is that what you think yourself to be? अगर आज तक नहीं जान पाए, अगर आज तक नहीं समझ पाए, may this be the day. Who said that this could not be the good time to start? There is a beautiful saying, Sumaji, in English. They say, if you have not planted a tree 5 years ago, the next best time to plant it is now. And that's what I say. If you have not planted the divine in your life for past so many years, the next best time is now. So when are you planting? I see it's a good time to plant because all have been scraped off. The tears have toiled and the tears have made the soil wet, and now implant the divine. Let it grow, shine brighter, without doubt. Now tell me, in this moment when we are speaking all this to you, what doubt do you have about yourself? कोई हाथ उठाओ, कम से कम डाउट. हाँ, उषा जी हाथ उठाए, लेकिन वो थोड़ा सजा रहे थे कुछ. एनीवन हु हैज डाउट? अच्छा, विनय लता जी भी हाथ उठाए, लेकिन बीच में रह गए. बोले अच्छा चलो. कैन यू सी, we have never addressed. मैंने एग्जांपल दिया ना, that is just a small little thing that we never address, and it appears as a big problem in my life. Now if I go and ask each and every one of you what people have said and what you feel about yourself now, abhi, what is that? How do you see yourself now in this light? कुछ नहीं हुआ है, कुछ नहीं बदला है, ना चेहरा बदला है, ना झुर्रियां कम हो गए, ना ही मैं और सुंदर दिखने लगा हूं. लेकिन now the question again appears from Sumaji is comparison. Okay, क्या है question? But removing that comparison at once, is it possible? Absolutely. Comparison is again a state of mind. I don't compare myself with everything, but I compare myself with certain things. If I stop comparing that also, then if I say, ये बहुत हो गया, ये ड्रामा तो बहुत हो गया. Now, I will do whatever best I can. मेरे हाथ में जो है. आदित्य जी ने एक बहुत सुंदर सा पोस्ट किया है बाय रूमी. With every breath I plant the seeds of devotion. I am the farmer of a heart. Why should I compare is the question. अच्छा, ठीक है. Let's take this way. Does comparison make you happy? Then you choose to compare and be sad, or choose not to compare and be happy. What's important for you is your choice. Can you see there is a choice? I could have thought of so many things, just like you. But what did you choose today is the question. What is your choice? So comparison. Will you compare yourself with anybody else? See, comparison can be done if there is again in a saying in English, like you can compare an apple with an apple, you cannot compare an apple with an orange. See, the divine has found its expression as you through this name, through certain qualities. Can you say Krishna was better than Ram and Ram was better than Parshuram? So still people can say that. But do you say that is my question. No, right? Because those are all expressions of the divine. And who said he only took 10? Why are you not the incarnation of him? Why are you not the incarnation of that divine now? Who said he stopped taking birth? Who said he stopped coming here? You can be that. All that is realization. As I said, no, if Hanuman did not realize his powers, he would have died like a monkey. Similarly, if you don't realize your divinity, you will also pass on this life just like a mere small little human being dragging through life. And at the end, again thinking, gosh, if I just could have known. But no, it's not all about that. Okay. So again, the same, this is a good one, I believe. Like, just like mind, this Sanshaya is really a good one. Let's deal with it then. Is it okay? Or shall I stop and move on to the next points? Because people are asking question, and I think this is relevant questions being asked. If we are all divine, then we are all apples of his eyes. So Alivaji writes this. I say, I'm not just the apple of his eyes, I am him completely. You might be the apple of the eye. Let me become the eye then. You become whatever you want. I never come down from that space. But still good. At least you are the apple of his eye or her eye, whatever you call. That's still a good place to be. Then comes, usually, even in devotion, it's always said that someone is at most devoted, or the test of being the best bhakt, etc., since the time of Ram, Hanuman. So probably we normalized comparison. Okay. There were, again, you remember like the story of the squirrel that Ram kept his hands on. Kahani yaad hai? Let me just repeat it, just to reinforce the story that Deepika ji asked about. वो दिखाया जाता कि हनुमान से बड़ा भक्त कोई नहीं, सुदामा से बड़ा मित्र कोई नहीं. Right? This is what we compare with, right? Okay. But I believe the best student is yet to appear. The best dancer is yet to appear. The best singer is yet to appear. The best God is yet to appear. The best devotee is yet to appear. Because age on age, somebody comes with so much of devotion that they make us forget everyone else before them. And we all know that small little squirrels were rolling on the sand. जब राम सेतु बना रहे थे, small little squirrels were rolling on the sand, going back into the sea, coming back again onto the sand, rolling and going back into the sea. Hanuman at that time was carrying a big stone. And while he was coming and he said, hey, hat ja mere raaste se, move from my space path. Why are you rolling here? What difference are you going to do? Can't you see I'm doing this much? Then Ram came and stopped Hanuman and said, Hanuman, you are doing whatever you are capable of. They are doing what they are capable of. So we all see, especially in Indian squirrels, it is said like, because of that, Ram said, all that you are doing, he put his hands on him and the finger marks are still there on the squirrels. That's what I say. It does not matter how big or small you are doing. All that matters is what you are doing. All that matters is if you are working on the path of divinity, the divine is ready to keep its mark on you for eternity. What are we doing? So Deepika ji, again, a very simple way to come out of this issue. Okay? Generally, many of us, this is a question that I have encountered with many people. They say, वो उनका डिवोशन ज्यादा होगा, उनका बेटर होगा, और किसी दिन वही आदमी मुझे बोलता है कि अरे उनका डिवोशन ज्यादा होगा. Okay, to deal with it, do I do the devotion for the name? कि मेरा नाम सबसे ऊपर हो, क्या मैं इसीलिए सेवा करूं? क्या मेरा नाम सबसे ऊपर हो इसीलिए मैं भक्ति करूं? क्या मेरा नाम सबसे ऊपर हो कि सब मुझे जाने? Then I will tell you the story of Radha again. राधा का नाम कहीं पे भी जिक्र नहीं था. There was no name of Radha in many of the biggest of the scriptures that we read. But that was the love of Radha. She said, I am not here to show that I am your greatest lover. I am just here to just merge into you in such a way that no one even knows my name. मैं तुझ में इतने लीन हो जाऊं कि मेरा नाम विलीन हो जाए. So let Hanuman be the greatest. Good. They are such, they have created a benchmark that you should be like this. But I will never do that. मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. हनुमान हनुमान हैं. उनकी सेवा, उनका भाव कोई नहीं कर सकता. लेकिन क्या आप कह सकते हो कि हनुमान जैसा कोई और नहीं हुआ है? हुए हैं. The only thing is we don't know. हमें पता नहीं है. But here, I will do what I can. Now again, the same question appears. As a mother, there are small two little kids, and both are, let's say, both are twins, and they are drawing something. So we have that also in the room. Now, can you say, oh, this is better drawing? That is not. कब होगा ये कंपैरिजन जानते हो? जब वो बड़े हो जाएंगे. But as a small little kid, is there a comparison between kids? No, right? So in the eyes of the God, you are always a child. And in his eyes, there is no comparison for you. All that you draw, say, or do is a miracle, a magic. Just like the small little kid, for the first time when it starts walking, you search for, where is the camera? Where is the camera? Let me shoot. The first time it utters a word, duh, and you say, oh, he's speaking so beautifully. No, he's just making a sound. but you still love it. Why? Because it is a pure soul without any dilemma, without any doubt, without any mixture of all the things of the world. And every action of that small little baby looks magical. Why can't we do all that just by the being the same thing in the lap of the God? Why can't we be like that in the eyes of the God, as we say? मैं दुनिया के लिए कितना भी बड़ा हो जाओ, आप दुनिया के लिए कितने भी बड़े हो जाओ, आप अपने माँ बाप के लिए कभी बड़े नहीं होंगे. You will never be bigger than your parents, right? You can be whatever you become in your life. Will you ever be bigger than your parents? No, not possible. Similarly, मैं यही मान के चलता हूं कि मैं कुछ भी करूं, उसके आंख में मैं अभी भी वो छोटा सा बच्चा हूं. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट, अदिति जी, लेट्स से इफ इट इज ए 4 month, 5 month, 6 month old baby, you are carrying it and you made the president of the country and he is holding the baby in his hand, it slaps. Will the president say, hey, throw him into the dungeon? प्रेसिडेंट भी हंसेगा, अरे कितना प्यारा बच्चा है, मुझे भी थप्पड़ मार रहा है. What does that mean? It's the innocence that matters. It's not the action that matters here. Action will matter when you are an adult, when you are intelligent, when you say आप बुद्धिजीवी हो, मुझे सब पता है, तब जो भी एक्शन करोगे आप फंसोगे. लेकिन अगर वो छोटा सा बच्चा है, it's not the action, it's the innocence that counts. In spirituality, even if you are not a person of action, it's your innocence that should speak the loudest. भाई नहीं पता मुझे, ओके, नहीं आता, मुझे मंत्र नहीं आते. I don't know how to really cook good food for you. I really don't know how to decorate you. But all that I know is that I simply love you the way you are. And I know you will accept me the way I am. What more do you need? No comparison. So, Alibaji, did I answer that? Because you only said like, because they feel like they are apples, so they are now comparing apples with apples. But whoever is coming is his part only. Now, Aditi ji, a little, it is quite true what you wrote. You said like, but whoever is coming is his part only. And I say, whoever has come is he only. Then what? लेकिन देखो, आप राम भी बन सकते हो और रावण भी. What do you choose to become? What do you choose to become is the question. And when there is a chance to become good, why should I choose otherwise? When there is a chance to become beautiful, why should I choose otherwise? When there is a chance to become the divine, why should I choose otherwise? भगवान ने कभी आपको आपके कान में बोला है कि यू कैन नॉट बिकम गॉड? किसी के कान में बोला? मेरे कान में तो नहीं बोला. मेरे कान में रोज बोलता है, हाँ तू ही है, तू ही है, तू ही है. जैसे आपको लोग आके आपके कान में बोलते हैं ना, पीपल विल बी व्हिस्परिंग इन योर वॉइस, यू आर नॉट गुड इनफ, नॉट गुड इनफ, नॉट गुड इनफ. एवरी मॉर्निंग व्हेन आई आपको ईट अपीयर्स लाइक, ओ यू आर दैट, यू आर यू आर मी, यू आर मी, यू आर. You choose to listen to the world, I choose to listen to the divine. किसके पीछे? Now we immerse in him and become him. Everything is melting now. धन्यवाद. राधे राधे. What is the problem? Can you see all these things that you have been carrying throughout your life for ages now? It does not even require 5 minutes time to handle. But my question is, the next time when people ask you question, when people say you are not good, what are you going to do? What is the technique? What is the trick, Sunil ji? वेरी सिंपल. पहले उधर सुन लो, फिर एक बार अपने अंदर देख लो, क्या ये बोल रहा है वो सही है. Let's say I say you are so bad. Now the moment you stop for a moment and ask itself, क्या ये जो बोल रहा है सही है? So now you are not just waiting for something, you are directly having a conversation with the divine. Now what does the divine speak to you? That very moment you will come out of that space. You will never go into that swamp again. दलदल में गिरोगे ही नहीं, धसोगे ही नहीं. You will not go into the struggle. And इसी तरीके से you will again have a beautiful moment with connecting back to your own self. And trust it. It will also say if you are doing something wrong. No, I will only listen what good thing it is saying. Then again you are choosing. Just simply ask yourself, am I really this? And you will see in that moment you meditate, even for a fraction of a second. And you connect back and you come back. Now some people will say, if I'm not picking up a glass of water, then am I good or bad? If I'm not helping people in my life, am I good or bad? Check. You will get the answer. It will say, no, you should do this, or you should not do that. But when it comes to you directly, how do I know it is divine that is speaking and not my mind? Beautiful question. I only say this. If you just develop a beautiful mind, and if you just develop a beautiful heart, all that you ask is the divine itself. Because if I have a beautiful mind, when it asks, it says, does it not come under ego? Let it ना. अभी कौन सा, कुछ लोगों को तो इस बात से ईगो है कि क्या जानते हो मैं कितना बुरा हूं, how bad I am. That is also ego ना. See, all that you speak about yourself means the moment you still think yourself to be I, the ego arises. Whether you say I am good, bad, ugly, the ego is there. But when I have to choose, when there is a choice, what should I choose? I choose to be a beautiful mind. I choose to be a beautiful soul. I choose to be a beautiful heart. And let me come with the beauty dipped in it. Whatever I speak, whatever I do, let me dip into that and come back. Because a person who is filled with love cannot hurt others. And a person who is filled with anger, hatred, it cannot love anyone. What are you feeling? What have you filled yourself with? See, path of spirituality is not just sitting and doing Nam Jap and just sitting there and closing your eyes. No, it's being in this world and spreading that awareness that despite being here, you can still be lovable. तो भौंक तो कोई भी सकता है. Let me be very typical in my words. And I choose this to speak. You know, any dog can bark. It takes a human to sit silently. Are you here to bark? तो फिर उसने आपको वो बनाया होता, ये क्यों बनाया? जिनको वो ऐसा बनाया उनको रहने दो. वो अपना तरीके से जाएंगे, हम अपने तरीके से जाएंगे. They will go on their way, I will go on my way anyway. संशय कम हुआ अपने बारे में. Have we come to a understanding where I will not fall into that trap? हाँ सुनील जी, आपने ना मुझे लगता है सच में लोगों को जीना सिखा दिया. बट दिस वन टॉपिक मुझे लगा था आज मैं पूरे कंप्लीट कर दूंगा. आर वी डन विद दिस? But at the end, there will be a question, and you people have to answer, what did you learn today in the session? Please type it in the group so that I understand, like, okay, what you have chosen. Copy paste nahi chalega. Your version of what you understood. Okay? Not the copied version. What was that one thing that you learned, and what are you going to walk with from this day on? वो क्या चीज था जिसने आपको ये समझा दिया कि आज तक मैं एक भ्रम में था, आज वो भ्रम टूट गया मेरा? What was that illusion I was living in? What was that understanding that I have never understood? And today, at least that word hit me so hard that from this day on, I'm never going to be the same again. What is the choice that you have made today? क्या बदल गया आपके अंदर? What will not allow you to hurt yourself anymore? What has changed? मेरे लिए that one simple sentence is again the most prominent one. I'm not here to impress. I'm the expression of the divine. For me, that might be the sentence. For you, it might be the sentence. But what did it change within you is the question now. Wow. And as Navni ji say, wow. So, just to conclude that, how to come up from the samshaya, out of this doubt, is through sensing, means realizing, experiencing, connecting with higher levels, and following the feeling of love and peace. But you know what? Doubts are just like a cry from our soul to reconnect with it. Remember this statement. Doubt is a cry of the soul to reunite with the divine. कैसे हो सकता है? वैसे ही, the doubt itself was the starting point to your connection with the divine. You remember, like some time ago, I told that when Shiva wears the tripund on his head, भस्म जब लगाते हैं, या तो भस्म जब अपने शरीर पे लगा लेता है, when it puts it on his body, people say, no, why do you do that? Once Parvati asked, why do you do that? Why do you put the ashes on you? See, there are many stories to that, but this story, it's so beautiful. They put the ashes on you. He says, because when this person died, what kind of person it would have been in his life, good, bad, or whatever it has been. But when people were carrying him on their shoulders, they were saying, Ram Naam Satya hai. Ram ka naam jo hai, that is the truth. Ram Naam Satya hai. Satya bolo, Satya hosi, Ram Naam Satya. Means when you speak the truth happens. Ram Naam Satya hai. That's the truth. And then Shiva says, because this person died and when people were carrying on their shoulders and they were speaking about the truth, I love the truth more than anything. And because of this person, because they took the name of Ram, the truth, and when he is burnt, I take their ashes and put on me. Now just think of, अगर किसी के मृत्यु के कारण अगर राम का नाम लिया जाता है, तो उस भस्म को वो अपने ऊपर धारण कर लेता है. अगर आप जीवित रहते हुए उस राम का नाम ले लो, आप सत्य में चलने लगो, आप उस दिव्यता को जान लो, आप उसमें संपूर्ण रूप से, जैसे वो इंसान रहा नहीं, राख हो गया, अगर आप वैसे राख हो जाओ, तो क्या वो आपको धारण नहीं करेगा? Will it not spear himself with the ashes that you have become? And I believe that's what it is all about. So the cry of the soul to unite with the divine. Now, there are many ways again to deal with it, but we will come to the next one, because it is a huge, because if I speak of, I will continue speaking about the same thing again and again. Then we will come to the smaller one, that is called as the pramada. The fourth point, pramada or carelessness, negligence. Carelessness leads to errors in practice, lack of attention, or disregard for the principles of the teachings that you are learning. Carelessness can only arise when we are not present in the here and now. नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम क्या हो सकता है? केयरलेसनेस. व्हाट इज केयरलेसनेस? कि मैं जिस तरीके से पूजा पाठ कर रहा हूं, जिस तरीके से माला जप रहा हूं, जिस तरीके से नाम ले रहा हूं, द वे आई एम डूइंग द थिंग्स, am I careless? Have I become casual? Have I taken it for granted? ये किसके लिए है? Especially the people dealing with Hatha Yoga. And especially when I look at the face of Chidvilas now, it looks like वो Hatha Yoga कर रहा है बैठ के. But now tell me, Gautam Buddha, he always used to carry a bowl in his hand, right? There is again a dilemma. Some people say it was made of wood. Some people say it was made of clay. Okay, whatever way it was made. He carried it for 42 years. 42 years. And just think of it was of clay. And if he was carrying it for 42 years without breaking it, without cracking it, what kind of consciousness he must be having? Even for just a small little bowl that he was carrying. What kind of consciousness was that? How is it possible? It is only possible because he was present in the now. और जो केयरलेसनेस और नेग्लिजेंस जब आता है, प्रमाद, क्यों आता है? Why do we not get the concept clearly? Because when the concept was being told, I was somewhere else. And when I came back, the concept was gone somewhere else. जब समझाया गया, मैं कहीं और था, और जब मैं वापस आया, तब तक समझाने वाला कहीं आगे चला गया है. However, in your case, as I said, these things especially get the main focus in when you are studying, when actually it can be of any part of life, yet especially in bhakti marga, it is not considered in that way. क्योंकि भक्ति का जो मार्ग है वो कहते हैं कि भाई you have already devoted yourself completely to it, then आपसे क्या गलती हो सकती है? How can you not be there when you are always in it, merged? But practicing this, especially when you are a student, when you are running a business, you should be, when you are listening to somebody, when somebody is presenting something, when the teacher is telling you how to write the exams or how it is being told, the subject is being taught, if you can just practice to be in that moment, don't you think it is easy to excel? अगर सही तरीके से सुन लिए ना, and we have many examples of students, those who don't come home and read and write, they listen it for once and they are good enough to go. वो एक ही बार सुन लेते और हो गया उनका. Why? What is the difference between the person who has to come back, read again and again and again and not getting the concept, and the one who got it in the first time? In Six Sigma, there is a concept called as first time yield, FTY. First time yield is nothing but being or doing the thing right on the first instance itself. If you are doing the thing right at the first instant, means when it is being said, if I listen to this carefully, with complete concentration, with complete awareness, I won't have to read it again. Now people ask me, how do you remember so many stories? I say, I listen to it when I'm listening to it, not thinking something else and coming back. That brings you into that zone of flow, takes you into a space where you are creative. Then once your concept is clear, once the basis is clear, now you play. Let's say you didn't understood ABCD properly. आ ई ई जो है उसको आपने सही तरीके से नहीं सीखा, उसके बाद क्या आप शब्दों के साथ खेल पाओगे? कैन यू प्ले विद द वर्ड्स? नॉट पॉसिबल, बिकॉज द कॉन्सेप्ट इज नॉट क्लियर. नाउ इफ यू हैव गॉटन द कॉन्सेप्ट राइट, if you have understood the seven uh, tunes of music, you can play with it, you can create millions of music out of that. Similarly, in your spirituality, this is one space where people also deviate, that is pramada, the carelessness or negligence, where they falter, they fall off. But in your case, when you sit down and completely merge into the divine and then start doing your job. Now tell me, who is exactly doing the job here? When you are no more, but the mala is being rolled. आप नहीं हो लेकिन माला चल रहा है. How many of you have experienced this one thing, that you are sitting, you are doing the mala and you don't know where you went, but when you came back you see like the mala is still rolling, but you are not chanting the mantra. You don't even know whether you are chanting or not. क्या चल रहा था वहां पे? What happened to you? It can be one thing that pramada means you lost it. Who can be that? ये जो लूजिंग वाला पार्ट है मैं बताता हूं कहां होता है. लेट्स से आई गिव यू अ बंडल ऑफ नोट and it is your practical experience. You sit and you are counting and somebody comes and just said something, you forgot the count, you are almost near the 93. Now again he says, oh, was it 94 or 95? Gone. Again you start rolling back, फिर से शुरू से count. Get that? मतलब अगर आप बैठ के गिनना शुरू करोगे, if you just sit down and count, you can lose it. But when you are doing it out of complete surrenderness, how does it matter? दो ज्यादा कर लो ना, what is the problem? So in your case, don't worry about that, because your path that you have chosen, pramada, is just a word for you now. However, if you knowingly are doing the negligence, you already know that. If you are acting smart, then you know that. मैंने कहा ना कि if you are a small little kid, whatever action you have done is not taken into consideration because you are innocent. But if you are clever, your actions will be taken into consideration. So what is the better way? और अगर कभी लगा गलती हुई, tell that, oh, I am not sure if I have done it right or not, but whatever I did, it all yours. Then what? Will this be a problem for all of us? I don't think so. Yes, for students, for business owners, for people, those who are in this world, those who think like, oh, they have to seriously practice. Yes, practice seriously. It should be. उनके लिए you should practice concentration. You should practice being in the now. You should practice stillness. All these things can be achieved through meditations. All these things can be achieved through concentration. All these things can be achieved as, certainly we started, like I said, like if you do the tratak, it brings you into that space also. And I was so happy, like someone from our group sent a message that I did it and I was able to sit there and look into that point without blinking for 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, the experience that they had was something to be heard of. As I said, they said for the first 1 minute, I was looking at it, I was only seeing the dot. See, 20 minutes we hai. Now, when we am looking at the dot, suddenly just from behind the dot, the light appeared. And the light continued to be there for so long, till the completion of the process. And the moment I closed back and I came back, I said, wow, what was that? See, this is where I say the more and more you become concentrated. And by the way, Chidvilas, was that your message that you are able to concentrate for 15 minutes? Now, let me give you the example then for your case. Now, how many of you have seen Chidvilas' drawings? The way he's beautiful drawings, right? How can he draw intricate things until you are concentrating on a particular thing? Cannot. That means once you are getting into that pinpoint focus, all that needs is where you are focusing that point to. And the moment you point it to that particular thing, you excel that. कुछ भी सीखा जा सकता है if you are focused. Is it not? So that was the story for the people, those who are on the path of especially other kind of yoga studies. So pramada, carelessness, negligence. You can overcome negligence by mindfulness, awareness, attentiveness in all activities, practice, sincerity, paying close attention, and again through breathing practices. So this is, if you want to know elaborately about that, we can talk also. But now it's time. Again, Sunil ji, you have given us 9 tasks. Out of that, we are only covering 2 each. But I believe we have covered one major hurdle of our lives. One of the biggest hurdles of our life, for which we have been struggling, and we not only made our lives problematic, we also made surroundings so difficult also, I can say. But with this, I now like to stop. And let me see if I can share something. Rivai, I will send you a photo right now. Let me see if I have this. Yeah. So just give me a moment. Hari bhai, I missed to send it earlier. Okay. Where is it? So there you go. So Haribhai, on your WhatsApp, I have sent a picture. Just see that once. And if you can put it on the screen for everyone, that would be great. Yes. So just give me a moment. I'll guide you with that. Yes. So can you see this image on your screen? This is nothing else but a, I'll not tell it now, as an illusion. Now, all that we all have to do is just focus on that red dot there is there on the image. जैसे आप माथे पे एक सिंदूर लगाते हो ना, वैसे ही देखो उसको लगाया गया. Just look at it for 30 seconds. मैं टाइम देख लेता हूं, so you need not worry. All you have to do is just focus on that one single red dot. And time starts now for 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds more. Five more seconds. Now look towards the roof or a plain wall and just blink faster. किसी भी खाली जगह को देखो और आंखों को जल्दी जल्दी ब्लिंक करो. एंड व्हाट डू यू सी? दर्शन हो गए क्या? अगर दर्शन हो गए तो बता देना. ब्लिंक 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 फास्टर, ब्लिंक फास्टर. हो गए दर्शन? What did you saw? Hari bhai, bring me on the screen. कौन दिखा? Whom did you saw? और फुल कलरफुल भी आए नहीं? और इतना सुंदर बन के आया कि वाओ. Some people are still trying to see. Don't worry, I'll post that in the group. You can see it again. See, if you focus and you suddenly look up and you just blink it faster, you will see. अरे, you blink faster again, you will see now. It has not gone anywhere. अभी भी करके देखो, फिर दिखेगा. See how beautiful it appeared. कहाँ से बना के लाए तुम ये? The reason why I show you is it can be a illusion. Okay, it might be a what they call as the illusion of the eye. But what I want to tell you through this is there was just a red dot, right? And you just focus and there was the outline. And all that you saw was the divine in its most beautiful way. शायद ऐसा छवि आपने देखा भी नहीं होगा जिस तरीके से बन के आया. But all that I say is that is exactly what I want you to do. If you focus on your heart for 30 seconds or you focus on the divinity that is there within you, it will appear within you. ज्यादा समय नहीं, अगर 30 सेकंड भी दे सको तो. So beautiful ना? Okay. चलो. Final question. Did you saw the image through your own eyes or through the eyes of the world? Because I never told what is coming. I never told what color it would be. I never told will he be smiling or sad. But all that you saw was a beautiful smiling face with all पूरा अलंकार के सहित आ गया पूरा, नहीं? How did you do that? That means all that you need is a guideline. The divine is already hiding within you. What is spirituality? Spirituality is just the guidelines that is helping you to see the hidden within you. And did you saw how beautiful you are within? Or else you should have seen a ghost, na? Why did you saw Krishna? आपको कुछ और दिखता था, लेकिन आपने एक सुंदर छवि बना दी. इसका मतलब ही यही है कि आपके अंदर जो छुपा है वो सुंदरता है. It's not ugliness. It's beauty that is hidden within you. We just took this expression through that image. That's it. Now, how many of you found yourself to be ugly after seeing that image? अच्छा, जिसके अंदर कृष्ण छिपा है वो कौन है? Then who are you? Again, coming back to the point. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. चलो हरि भाई, आभा जी को अनम्यूट कर दो. रोज सुबह आभा जी आप राधा जी के दर्शन करा देते हो. हम आज आपको उनके दर्शन करा दिए.
आभा जी प्रणाम गुरु जी.
प्रणाम.
गुरु जी, थोड़ा सा सब्जेक्ट से हट के है मेरा क्वेश्चन. मुझे
हाँ.
परसों से नवरात्रे शुरू हो रहे हैं ना, तो मुझे न्यास के बारे में जानना है कि न्यास स्त्रियों के लिए वर्जित है क्या?
आप स्वयं करने जा रहे हो?
नहीं नहीं, मैं और ये दोनों बैठते हैं पूजा पे और पंडित कराएंगे वो सब.
अच्छा, चलो ठीक है. जब ये कहते हैं कि न्यास करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, स्पेशली फीमेल्स को, मेरा पहला प्रश्न है, पूजा किसकी हो रही है?
पूजा तो माता की हो रही है.
फिर माता की पूजा में न्यास क्यों नहीं कर सकते आप?
एक्चुअली गुरु जी, जब हम दोनों बैठते हैं ग्रंथि बंधन करके पूजा पर, तो पंडित कहते हैं, मुझे बोल देते हैं कि आप हाथ जोड़ के बैठो और न्यास इनसे कराते हैं। तो
ठीक
फिर
है।
मुझे लगता है कि मैं क्यों नहीं न्यास कर सकती, इसलिए मैंने आपसे पूछा। और जब
फिर
मैं
फिर आभा जी क्या होगा जानते हो, पंडित जी गुस्सा हो जाएंगे,
गुस्सा की क्या बात है?
क्योंकि उनको लगता है वो सही है।
तो मुझे सही नहीं लगता। अच्छा, न्यास का मतलब गुरुजी जहां तक मेरी समझ में आया है, मैं थोड़ा क्लियर करूं आपसे, कि न्यास का मतलब होता है कि करन्यास और हृदय न्यास। ठीक है। तो हम अपने उन अंगों को देवताओं से आवाहित कर देते हैं ताकि हमारा मन चंचल ना हो उस पूजा के समय पर जो हम करने जा रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल।
अदरवाइज तो उन अंगों को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए उस देवता का के लिए हम प्रार्थना कर देते हैं कि हमारे इन इन जगहों पे आपका वास होना चाहिए और हमें सुरक्षित रखना, हमारा मन इधर उधर नहीं जाना चाहिए। यही
बिल्कुल।
मतलब हुआ ना।
बिल्कुल।
तो फिर हम हमें क्यों रोक देते हैं कि आप हाथ जोड़ के बैठो और न्यास ये करेंगे?
आभा जी मैंने तो नहीं रोका।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, मैं इसलिए मैं आपसे पहले क्लियर करूँ ना, तभी तो अपने पंडित जी को कुछ बोल पाऊंगी मैं
नहीं,
कि
फिर
मैं भी
पंडित
करूंगी
जी,
न्यास।
पंडित जी बोले
क्यों नहीं
कौन है
करूंगी?
वो, उनको लेके आओ, मैं उनसे वार्तालाप करना चाहता हूँ, फिर फंस
नहीं
जाएंगे,
नहीं
पंडित ही फंस जाएंगे।
गुरु जी, ये सब्जेक्ट ही नहीं
नहीं,
है डिस्कशन का।
बिल्कुल कर सकते
मैं तो
हैं, बिल्कुल
हाँ
कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अभी देखिए आपने ये जो प्रश्न लेके आए, क्योंकि अभी चैत्र नवरात्र शुरू होने वाले हैं,
हाँ हाँ
और चैत्र नवरात्र जो शुरू होने वाले हैं उसके साथ ही रामनवमी का भी जो त्योहार साथ ही
हाँ,
साथ आता है।
बिल्कुल।
सो उसके लिए क्या करेंगे, लाइक टुमारो, कल मंडे है ना,
जी जी।
कल शाम में एक सेशन रखते हैं।
ठीक है।
सो इन दैट आई विल गाइड यू कि राम का कौन सा मंत्र करना चाहिए और उसके साथ देवी का पूजन कैसे हो जाए, बोथ एट द सेम टाइम। क्योंकि जो चैत्र नवरात्र अपने घर में कलश बिठा के संपूर्णता से 9 दिनों का जैसे नवरात्रे होते हैं वैसे
हम्म
करते हैं, तो उनके लिए तो दे कैन कंटिन्यू एज इज।
हम्म,
लेकिन जो इतना वृहत नहीं कर सकते, या तो जब आप करते हो तो उसके ये 9 दिनों में राम रक्षा का स्तोत्र जो है उसको
हाँ
कैसे
हाँ।
सिद्ध किया जा सकता है,
हम्म।
और उसी के साथ देवी जो होती हैं तारा, क्योंकि राम का जो मेन शक्ति है वो तारा देवी से आता है, क्योंकि उनके जो गुरु हैं उनके गुरु के सारे सिद्ध, मतलब आप अगर राम को जानते हो तो राम के तंत्र के बारे में जानना चाहिए। और इसी 9 दिनों में आप वो राम का जो स्तोत्र है, जो कवच है, उसको आप अपने यू कैन उसको सिद्ध कर सकते हो आप ये 9 दिनों में। तो वो प्रक्रिया मैं आपको बता दूंगा, आप कर लो, इट इज गुड फॉर एवरीवन, हर कोई कर सकता है, ज्यादा बृहत नहीं है। विल गिव यू द स्मॉलेस्ट ऑफ द वे हाउ टू डू दैट एंड गेट द मैक्सिमम ऑफ रिजल्ट फ्रॉम इट। तो जो वृहत चैत्र नवरात्र कर रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल करें। हाँ भाजी।
अब जैसे गुरु जी, घर में मैंने आपको बोला था, परमिशन भी लिया आपसे कि सतचंडी का पाठ पढ़ने जा रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल करो।
तो या तो इसके पीछे एक रीजन हो सकता है कि जब हम दोनों बैठे हैं पूजा पे और ग्रंथि बंधन करके बैठे हैं, तो फिर वो सोचते होंगे कि आप दोनों इस वक्त एक ही हैं, तो एक रूप
बिल्कुल,
में।
दैट इज वाई इट इज। और एक क्या होता है ना कि
तो
गृह स्वामी जो कहते हैं,
हम्म।
मतलब हेड ऑफ द फैमिली, जब हेड ऑफ द फैमिली सही हो जाता है तो घर भी सही चलने लगता है। एंड दैट स्पेस वो अपने हिसाब से, मतलब एक बुद्धिमत्ता से उसको देखा जाता है कि अगर ही इज लीडिंग इट कैन बी डन। लेकिन अगर आपके अंदर भाव आता है, रोकने में कौन है? मुझे नहीं लगता, मुझे अगर आप बोलोगे करूं क्या, मैं बोला बिल्कुल करूं, क्योंकि मेरे हिसाब से सबकी साधनाएं अलग अलग होती है।
तो मैं यही इसीलिए पूछ रही थी कि मैं अगर करना चाहूँ तो मैं कर सकती हूँ वहाँ न्यास।
ओके, बिल्कुल
सबकी
कर सकते
अपनी
हो।
अपनी 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 सबकी विधियां अलग होती हैं, लेकिन ठीक
बिल्कुल।
है, आपसे परमिशन मिली अब काफी है।
और
अब
अगर
कर
लगता है कि आपको करना चाहिए, और न्यास सिर्फ और सिर्फ जाके करतल और अंग स्पर्श से ही तो नहीं होता, आप अपने मन के अंदर
मन में कर सकते
बिल्कुल कर
हैं,
सकते हैं,
मानसिक, हाँ,
उसको कौन
मा-
रोकेगा?
हाँ, मानसिक
और
न्यास तो
मुझे
कर
लगता
सकते
है
हैं।
दैट इज मच मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, क्योंकि वहां पे सिर्फ आप शरीर शुद्धि नहीं कर रहे हो, आप मन की शुद्धि कर दे रहे हो।
मन की शुद्धि हो।
तो बिल्कुल कर सकते हो, कोई बात नहीं है।
हम्म।
क्योंकि इसमें हमारे पास इतने साधिकाएं हुई हैं जिनके बारे में कभी बात ही नहीं होता है। उन लोगों ने कैसे ये सारे चीजों को, हाउ कुड दे बिकम ऑल दैट, जबकि हम स्वयं देवी का ही पूजा कर रहे हैं और हम देवियों को वर्जित कर रहे हैं कि तुम ये नहीं कर सकते। अरे साक्षात जिस स्वरूप की आप सेवा पूजा कर रहे हो उसी स्वरूप में वो अगर इधर बैठी है, अगर मैं इसे नहीं देख पा रहा हूं उसे कैसे देखूंगा? और अगर मैंने उसको इसमें देख लिया तो मूर्ति में, कलश में तो आना ही है उसको। जो जीवित है उसे अगर नहीं देख पाया तो पत्तों में क्या देखूंगा? और अगर
अब
इसमें
क्योंकि वो
देख
उस
लिया तो उसमें दिख क्या आएगा?
अब वो
तो
उस स्थान पर बैठे होते हैं ना गुरु जी, तो फिर मैं उस
हम्म,
वक्त में ना, जब पूजा के फिर मैं भाव में आती हूँ, तो मैं क्रॉस क्वेश्चन नहीं करती हूँ उनसे।
मत
उस
करिए।
वक्त में वो हमारे आचार्य हैं, आप जैसा कहेंगे मैं कर लूंगी।
इसीलिए
लेकिन
कहता
मुझे,
हुआ आभाजी ना, बिल्कुल अपने मन में बैठो, बुला लो उसको, बुला जाओ। क्योंकि आपने देखा होगा जब भी हम भी शक्ति साधना का शिविर करते हैं उस समय सारे के सारे प्रोसेसेस कराता हूं मैं आपसे। आपको ये नहीं कहता कि आप फीमेल हो तो ये
मत
मत करो
करना।
वो मत करो।
हाँ, ये मत
हाँ, सिर्फ
करना।
एक ही जगह पे रोकता हूं जहां पे अग्नि में घी डालने का आता है। उसका कारण है, इस वजह से। नहीं तो आप सबसे तो वही करवाता हूं जो सब करते हैं। नीड नॉट वरी। ठीक है, तो हरी भाई कल रात आई विल सी लाइक हाउ इज माई शेड्यूल, बट आई विल मैनेज। माइट बी 8:30 हो सकता है, 9 हो सकता है, लेकिन आई विल गाइड यू क्या कर सकते हो। और उसी के साथ देवी तारा का 3 स्वरूप के बारे में बता दूंगा, किन 3 स्वरूपों का आप पूजा करना है 9 दिनों में। जैसे कि एक जटा हो गई, और नील सरस्वती, और तारा। इस बार के ये 3 प्रमुख देवियां हैं। हर एक्चुअली नवरात्र जब राम की पूजा होती है उसके साथ अगर इनकी भी पूजा कर लेते हो, सो उनके इष्ट देवी दे हैं वो, उनकी प्रमुख देवी है, उनके गुरु की देवी जो है, जिनके वजह से उनको सारा शक्ति मिला है। जितने तरीके के शक्तिपात हुए हैं राम के साथ, वो सारे देवी तारा के वजह से हुए हैं। तो उनके जो तीनों स्वरूप है, उन तीनों स्वरूप के लिए आप क्या करना है? राम का कौन सा मंत्र जाप करना है? मंत्र तो सबको पता है, लेकिन कौन सा है उसमें भी 2 तरीके के हैं। कौन सा मंत्र आप जाप कर सकते हो वो वाला बता दूंगा मैं कल आपको। इट माइट बी ए स्मॉल लिटिल सेशन, बट आप 9 दिन उसके हिसाब से आप कर सकते हो। एक्लिप्स, एक्लिप्स तो इंडिया में तो उसका असर नहीं दिख रहा है, बट टेक्सास में उसका पूर्ण संपूर्ण तरीके से दिखाई दे रहा है। इसलिए नवनीत जी पीछे पड़े हुए, कुछ तो बता दो क्या करना है। चलो, आई विल सी नवनीत जी, अगर एक राइट अप मुझे मिलता है और आई कैन राइट इट डाउन, आई विल पोस्ट फॉर यू। ठीक है, याद है एक बार महानिर्वाण के साथ हमने एक सोलर इक्लिप्स में एक मंत्र सिद्धि, पुष्प मंत्र सिद्धि किया था। तो पुष्प मंत्र सिद्धि जो है उसको आप फिर से कर सकते हो, लेकिन मैं आपको मंत्र दे दूंगा और कौन सा फ्लावर लेके करना है, कैसे विधि के बाद साथ में बता दूंगा आपको। ओके, सो यू कैन डू इट। एंड एनी अदर पीपल दोज हु आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग सोलर एक्लिप्स? अच्छा, संतोषी जी। ओके, सो व्हाट आई विल डू, शैल आई पोस्ट इट इन द, आई थिंक लाइक इन द यूएस ग्रुप अगर पोस्ट कर देता हो तो हो जाएगा ना? विल डू दैट। ओके, तो कर देंगे। सो थैंक यू एवरीवन। और कुछ आवाजी?
नहीं, बस थैंक यू, धन्यवाद गुरु जी।
धन्यवाद। चलो,
प्रणाम
धन्यवाद,
प्रणाम।
आपके वजह से फिर आपने मुझे काम में लगा दिया। नहीं कुछ,
प्रणाम।
मैं सोचा था कि अब जाने दो, अब लोग इतना पूजा पाठ कर रहे हैं और क्या, लेकिन सम पीपल आर देयर दोज हु हैव रिक्वेस्टेड कि बता दीजिए, कुछ कुछ तो करना है हमको।
हाँ,
ठीक
ठीक
है,
है गुरु जी, 9 दिन विशेष है तो हो जाना चाहिए कुछ ना
हो
कुछ।
जाना चाहिए बिल्कुल। हम तो सोचे थे एक्चुअली 9 दिन की साधना करने के लिए, लाइक जैसे हम 9 डेज का कर रहे थे ना, एवरी शक्ति साधना जैसा। बट माई शेड्यूल इज सो टिपिकल दिस टाइम कि मैं समय दे पाऊंगा नहीं दे पाऊंगा, उस वजह से आई डिड नॉट स्टार्टेड। बट डोंट वरी, आपको साधनाएं दे दी जाएंगी, आप उसके कर लेना, यू कैन डू इट। और इतने सरलता से दूंगा कि लाइक यू कैन मैनेज दैट। इफ एनीबडी हैज एनी डाउट यू कैन स्टिल पुट द क्वेश्चंस, आई विल हेल्प यू आउट विद दैट। ओके, डोंट वरी, कल का रिक्वायरमेंट ऐसा कुछ ज्यादा होने वाला नहीं है। सो इसीलिए आई एम नॉट पुलिंग। और इफ इट इज पॉसिबल, आई अगेन डोंट नो, आई विल डू द सेशन टू नाइट ओनली। अगर आज नहीं हो पाया तो कल करेंगे। ठीक है, और एल्स वी विल डू इट टू नाइट इटसेल्फ। ठीक है, क्या क्या करवा लेते हो रे भाई, धन्य हो आप लोग। सो I give a stop to my words here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for
थैंक यू गुरु जी,
और
प्रणाम गुरु जी।
प्रणाम प्रणाम आभा जी, ढेर सारा धन्यवाद सभी का। Thank you for becoming so beautiful that you are. I think we have removed the dust again. And look at your faces. You glow. Thank you. Till we meet again, might be tonight or tomorrow night. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। और सुनील जी, आपने इतना बड़ा टास्क दे दिया, मैं खुद नहीं जानता था कि इतना टाइम लगेगा। मुझे लगा था एटलीस्ट एक सेशन में खत्म कर दूंगा, ये तो दो दो की गाड़ियां चल रही है। चलो ठीक है, बट द वे इट इज कमिंग, इट इज ब्यूटीफुल। थैंक यू सो मच।